All right, we're getting ready for the latest Tao Daily Tarot reading. Here's a little heads up, as I always give you. The core idea, the essential temperature of the whole reading is imagine. It's how you use your imagination. You got to go back to the past to get justice in your life, and you do it with your imagination. We'll give you all the details. It's a fabulous story, and it's for you. Coming up. Well, hello and welcome to this latest edition of the Tao Daily Tarot. Glad to have you here. I am very, very grateful that you and I have a chance to get together just about every single day, because I do a brand new read every single day, 365 days a year. So thank you for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share. Very important, as you well know from the folks at YouTube, as I work at building this channel, and you are certainly a vital factor, critical factor in all of that. Thank you for your help. Now, if you're a first-timer, long-timer, or cross-watcher, doesn't make any difference. You are more than welcome here. And for the first-timers, let me give them kind of a quick little rundown in terms of what makes this tarot reading different from other tarot readings. First of all, it's archetypal. I read the images from the card. And I focus on energy. I don't predict. I focus on energy. That's much more useful. So I focus on the energies of coming, going, pushing, pulling. You go, what kind of energies are those? Well, they're kind of adaptive energies. But stop and think. Within the course of every day, you have stuff coming to you, leaving you, pushing you, pulling you. It could be your kids, could be your spouse, could be your job, any number of things. And so I look at this, as I'm reading the energies, as an energetic weather report. And the reason I do that way is it affects everybody on the planet. You start predicting, and you start pigeonholing people, and you start reducing the effectiveness for greater and greater numbers of people who are viewing your tarot reading. If I keep it to the energies, you have more control, and it affects everybody, but in so many different ways. Everybody's lives are similar but very different. So this energetic weather report is the difference, the way I see it, is the difference between waiting for somebody to give you an umbrella, that's the predictive side, or deciding that you are going to get the umbrella yourself. That's the energy side. The energies are out there. They're present. You're going to find out what they are. Now you decide for yourself, do I need an umbrella or don't I? What's the weather going to be like energetically? I also do something called the hyper shuffle, and I try to get this read in about 10 minutes or so, give or take a minute. It all depends on the cards. I did just mention the hyper shuffle. For those who have never seen it before, it's not spectacular or anything. It's just kind of cute. Let me show you. And there you go. There is the hyper shuffle for today. Let's get to it. First of all, we have the Oracle card, which, as I say to people, is kind of the overall temperature of the reading. And since we're talking about an energetic weather report, perfect description. So the Oracle card for today, the overall temperature of the reading is imagine. Now that sounds fabulous, but your imagination can be a good thing and a not so good thing, huh? So let's talk about the imagination. Let's focus on your imagination here in this reading. We begin on the side here where we're focusing on the energies of coming and going, and we see judgment. Judgment. The past and the present and the future kind of all coming together. Certainly, the past and the present help to form the future. And so what we're seeing here is a situation where there is some assessment that you are going through right now. You are comparing your past, what you have now, and what you're hoping for in the future. Okay? And that, again, would require imagination, just like the overall temperature card suggests. Also, on the side of coming and going energy, we're seeing the Page of Cups. Pages always change the storyline. Doesn't make any difference which page it is. The page always kind of puts a jog in the storyline. And here, the page is talking about an offering, maybe an apology. It's going to be a small deal. It's not going to appear like it's some huge deal. But there may very likely be an offering of love. The question is, where would that offering come from? The plot, she thickens. Alrighty, from there we move to the energies of pushing and pulling. We see here the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups says you have so many choices. You can't make heads or tails out of any of them. It's confusing. And when we go back to that Judgment card we just had, where you take the past and the present and try to extrapolate the future, that may very well be covered in this card. Geez, I did that, and now I have this, but I want that, and it just all gets bollocksed up. It all gets mixed up. And in the end, it kind of makes you very confused. And there is a case, I guess, again, of your imagination running wild and not really being productive. Alrighty, and to kind of support that, we continue on the side of pushing and pulling energy. We have the Three of Swords. Now, for many tarot readers, this says, well, okay, it's you've been in a love relationship and you've been hurt, and you're trying to get over that hurt. Well, remember, we have the heart here and we have three swords. What do swords stand for? Thoughts, ideas, thinking. And as well as somebody else hurting you, you may be hurting yourself. It could be a case of stinking thinking. Remember, we're talking about the power of imagination. What are you imagining? Alrighty. That may be causing the pain. And it could be about a person, a thing, a situation. I'm not going to pigeonhole it. You know what your life is. You know where this Three of Swords fits in. Something about what you are thinking is hurting you. And it may be all in your imagination. We go to the first magnifier card. This is the Page of Swords. Again, pages change directions. So we go from the Page of Cups to now the Page of Swords. What does that tell you? Could be, again, a question of stinking thinking that is affecting you emotionally. And that may be the reason for the apology or the offer of love as a healer. And then the second magnifier card goes into the Five of Wands. This is useless energy. It accomplishes nothing. It gets everybody fired up in a negative way. And there's no point to any of it. You just get all of this angst, all of this energy, and you have no place to put it. You have nothing to accomplish with it. So, since we're talking about the power of your imagination, it does seem to think that, or feel at this point, that your imagination may be working against you. I have two vice versa cards here because they kind of were linked together and told a story, and so I want to tell the story. First one, Six of Cups in reverse. And the Six of Cups in reverse talks about lethargy, denial, living in the past. It means you have this image of someone or something in the past that's not real. You're seeing it through rose-colored glasses. You may even be aware of that. But that is preventing you, that little imagination, looking through rose-colored glasses. It is imagination, right? It's preventing you from finding the justice, the happiness that you seek in your life. Remember, we started off this reading with the Judgment card, right? Past, present, future, all combining together. And right now, they're kind of jumbled up. And you're having a tough time making heads or tails out of the whole thing. And this is keeping you from justice. This is the other vice versa card, the Justice card in reverse. And so what that always implies is an injustice, right? Unfairness, a bias, indecision, maybe even dishonesty with yourself. Because even if this talks about somebody coming back from your past, you're not seeing them clearly. You're not remembering clearly. And you know that, and it doesn't matter. So the whole idea is to use your imagination in a positive, productive way. It means setting the course for your life on your terms. Use your imagination to enhance your future. You have the power. And between now and the new moon coming up, I think it's in Taurus, if I'm not mistaken, in a couple of weeks, this would be a fabulous time to reimagine what you want in your life, what you want in your future. Use the power positively. That is today's tarot reading, the Tao Daily Tarot. Thank you very much for being here again. Like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate it. It's very important in trying to build this YouTube channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Other than that, you and I will get together again on the next tarot read, whenever you can join me. Remember, I do a brand new read every day, 365 days a year, but I realize you got a life, and you may not always be able to enjoy or tune in. You just might not be able to do it. That's why I do 10-minute reads, essentially. And that's why I always leave the welcome mat open for you to join me whenever. Between now and the next time you and I have a chance to talk tarot, as always, blessings.